So here's an interesting article I just came across, and I thought I would take a minute to share it because, once again, it's one of the things where when I see the words treasure, my eyes light up because I love hearing about stories of people uncovering true wealth from the ground that's been buried for decades, centuries, who knows. But here's an article out of BBC. It says Roman ring and medieval coins declared treasure. So when I saw the words declared treasure, my first thought was, how do you declare treasure? So I figured I'd read this article and just see what's going on here. So basically, in the nutshell, I'll thumb through it. It says 7 coins and a Roman ring were found by 3 metal detectors have been declared treasure. So 3 metal detectorists. So I'm assuming that's a profession nowadays, but definitely pays off well in comparison to what you can find. It says the rings found in Newport in October 2017 is decorated with a pattern representing a palm branch. So this ring right here. And so it says the coins were unearthed by different detectorists in Mountshire. It says 5 coins dating back to the reign of Edward III were found in Grossmount, while 2 silver Tudor groats were uncovered. It says all 8 objects were declared treasure. They were declared treasure on this Friday, so as of today, by a coroner, Caroline Sanders. So it looks like if you hold on and wait for very long periods of time and they become very unique in nature, the coroner might declare them as treasure. And of course, treasure in this next day and age will be something that will be very appreciated by the population. So here's something that I found interesting. So you look at this little picture here of all this weight, and they're very simple in nature. 2 gold, 3 silver, minted by a silversmith back in the early centuries. It says the 5 gold and silver coins founded in Grossmount were unearthed by Mark Hackman, and they minted back in London between 1344 and 1369. The coins would have been worth about 9 shillings in 14th century, about 3 weeks' wage for a skilled tradesman, and enough money to buy a cow. So could you imagine these 5 simple coins being 3 weeks worth of a wage that at that time was probably enough to take care of your family plus some, or you could just go out, as it says here, and buy a whole cow to feed your family. And so it's just interesting how these stories pop up, and every time they pop up, they catch my attention because the unique nature of what wealth is considered. And just looking up the word treasure itself, it says wealth or riches stored or accumulated, especially in the form of precious metals, money, jewels, or plate. And so one of the things is wealth. Treasure is wealth or riches stored or accumulated. And nowadays, if you accumulate or store anything, it's going to be labeled as you're hoarding something, and then hoarding is usually considered to be illegal. So it's interesting how the terminology has changed over the years, but yet the concept of holding true tangible wealth over long periods of time, and especially if it's something you dig up from the ground centuries after it was initially minted, would be of more value than they were at that time. And so one of the things where these coins here were 3 weeks worth of wages centuries ago, but now they're probably, I'm not even sure that you got the melt value, you got the historical value, you got the numismatic value, you got all types of values added into these 5 coins here, which definitely the person who found these, if they are allowed to keep them, would definitely be definitely about $1 million, or give or take or so, but a lot more than what they were when they first were minted. So just another little something to think about when as we move into more of a digital age. And so if you haven't had a chance to take a look at the video earlier about the 7 pillars of Matrix 2.0, these type of things here, in the next couple decades, the idea of wealth in the form of metals will be a thing of the past as we're forced to use digits solely. So just something worth sharing. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. But once again, true wealth in its fashion, true wealth in its greatest form, wealth from the ground and treasure. Enjoy your day.